Honorable judges, in developing country has a lot of human resources. People that are productive age but lacking of quality, ladies and gentlemen, and I will show you why. And also has natural resources, but they cannot use this opportunity to the maximum because limited equipment, no expert, and etc. Ladies and gentlemen. So I give the characterization of developing country. All right, the education is less accessible, right? Not widely spread, mostly relying on agricultural rather than industrial, still focusing on human resources and don't have advanced technology. That's why this is our urgency. The main problem is a lot of people in this developing country don't have a job. Why? Because so many people that have employment and lacking of job vacancies. All right, less job that's suitable with their degree or capability because they have lack of quality, ladies and gentlemen. So we need operating companies. Why? They more likely have suitable equipment and expert to develop and using their natural resources to maximum level. Ladies and gentlemen, ideally, in developing countries should provide employment for their people so they can have a job and hopefully have stable income and increasing their education for the children. Ladies and gentlemen, countries should use their opportunity and invite foreign companies operating in its territory and have a minimum quota of hiring local workers, right? So why is morally justified? All right, I'm giving you two arguments. Why this is morally justified and also why it is effective. Ladies and gentlemen. First, why it is morally justified. Ladies and gentlemen. In order to fulfill the role of government, that every single people that live in the administration can exercise their right to the maximum because they are social contract. Where as government, we need to protect this society and in return, the people will obey the rules that we need. But it also can be applied to companies, especially foreign companies, where you can take the natural resources in certain area, but in return, you need to pay taxes and to make sure nothing has been exploited according to the government regulation, ladies and gentlemen. And then why it is effective, ladies and gentlemen. I will give you two arguments in this uh, situation. In status quo, why CSR is not effective at all. Right? That's the first thing. A lot of times done for done for granted, ladies and gentlemen. Only done for just doing that, right? Just a checklist, ladies and gentlemen, like scholarship, community building. But in the end of the day, because scholarship is merit based, ladies and gentlemen, and it is very expensive, it's not accessible to the layer of community that they need to help the most. And then it meaning that there is no giving back to community in status quo. Ladies and gentlemen. Why this is the most effective way? You are going to give job, ladies and gentlemen, train them, right? Motivate them to gain higher degree, right? Go to university, go to be the best self of themselves, ladies and gentlemen, to be a good worker. They will have monetary incentive too that will help them to feed their family, to make their children to have better education because the main problem is we less of educational widespread, ladies and gentlemen. So it will fix it, ladies and gentlemen, and fix the problem structurally, ladies and gentlemen. In the end of the day, it will also elevate the economic condition and fix unemployment, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you certain mechanism in these situations. The first thing first, country invites foreign companies, right, to build their companies in their country. How? They need to promote their resources that can be contributed for the companies, right? And then the country provides requirements such as minimum quota of hiring and profit share between the countries and the companies. Ladies and gentlemen, even if you worry about the quality, the capability of these local workers because the lack of quality, right, less of lack of education, it is okay to hire them, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Let me show you. When you hire these people, these companies need to do some selection. All right. After they are getting accepted, because we have the minimum, all right, the minimum hired people, that local workers that need to be hired, ladies and gentlemen, in that area, right? They will be trained, all right, after they're selected, accepted, trained, all right, and then they can have a certain position, ladies and gentlemen. There's structural problem that local people that incapable and being forced to compete against foreign people. Also, people that live in urban areas, ladies and gentlemen. This is unfair, right? Because they are already biased, right, ladies and gentlemen. Many foreign countries, foreign companies, ladies and gentlemen, want to hire their workers from their own country, or probably they want the expert from the country itself, but it's not from the natural resources area, because it is only local workers. They need the people from the capital, ladies and gentlemen. And this is unfair, ladies and gentlemen. Right? This is the prejudice we need to stop right now, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We want to increase, right, this local workers' quality, ladies and gentlemen. To stop this, we make the requirement for the foreign companies has the minimum quota of local workers. What is the impact, ladies and gentlemen? We solve many problems that happen in status quo. All right. There will be less employment, ladies and gentlemen. We also increasing the quality of people, the local workers, and when they have a job, they have stable income, ladies and gentlemen. They can help their children to get a better education than their parents, ladies and gentlemen. And it will be better times by times in the future, ladies and gentlemen. And this is win-win solution between the origin companies and also our country, ladies and gentlemen. The developing country will develop well, and also the foreign companies and can also work and can also have benefit from their work in our country, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm happy to propose this. Thank you.